If we go to our shop page and look at any of the products, you can see that we have our aside displaying these items. Again, there's a couple things in here that I don't really need. I don't need recent comments, archives. My categories isn't very descriptive right here, and the metadata doesn't really seem to be very meaningful either. So I'm going to go back to the backend portion of WordPress. I'm going to go into my appearance section, and we're going to go to the widgets. And what we're going to do is we're just going to eliminate some of the things that are showing in the sidebar. I'll leave the search there because that is helpful. I'm going to leave recent posts, but we'll give this a title of what's new. I'm going to get rid of recent comments, so I'll just drag that away to get rid of it. We'll get rid of archives, we'll get rid of categories, and we'll get rid of the metadata. We are going to add some additional things that are available thanks to JetPack, which we had installed earlier in our process. If you scroll down, you can see that there are a lot of additional widget items that we can add into our aside. So one of the things that I want to add is going to be the blog subscriptions, which is where I can allow the user to have an email sign-up form to subscribe to our blog. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place that in, and you can give this widget a title. We'll leave the default text which says subscribe to blog via email, and you can go ahead and customize any of these things, but we're just going to go ahead and leave all of these set. The only thing that I'm going to uncheck is to show the total number of subscribers. I don't need the user to know what that is. And I'll go ahead and click save. I'm going to collapse that to have it take up less room in my widget manager. And then I'm going to add the JetPack image insert, which will allow me to display an image in my sidebar. So I'm going to have this appear underneath the blog subscriptions. This widget is going to have a title of Meet the Owners, Ethel and Gilbert. I need to have an image URL in order to have the image appear. So I'm going to go into my media section, and I'll just open this in another tab so I can leave that page open. And I have a picture of the owners. I'm going to copy the URL for this picture, and I'll go back into the widget area and I'll paste in the URL. I can have some alternate text show up, and we're going to add a caption of proud owners. You also have options to align the image. We're going to leave the image centered. You can specify width and height if you want to change those things. We'll have our image have a width of 300 and a height of 354. And you can create a link if you want this to link to another page. I do want my image to link to another page just in case someone does click on it. So we're going to have it link to our About page. So I'm going to go into the About page and I'll copy the permalink right here. And then we'll go ahead and paste that in for the link reference. I'm going to save this and I'll collapse this. And then I'm going to simply rearrange this a little bit. So I'm going to have the search actually be on the bottom. The recent posts are going to go underneath everything as well. And so I'll start with the email subscription and then the picture of the owner and then the search. So if I go ahead and go back to the front end portion of our website and we refresh, you'll now see that my sidebar is quite different. So we have an area where the user can sign up for the blog. So anytime there's a new blog post, they'll be notified by email. That's a great way that you can encourage people to come back to your site. We also have our image with a caption. And if we click this, it'll take us to the About page. And then I have the search so that if someone wanted to search, they could. And then I have my What's New section. So hopefully this gave you an overview of how you can use WooCommerce to set up an e-commerce website. As you can see, there's a lot of flexibility, and we did not have time to cover everything, but hopefully this at least gets you up and running. And I look forward to having you in another course at some point in the future, and I wish you the best of luck in your online endeavors. Thanks for taking the class.